the other thing I wanted to get your take on, because this is fascinating, is Jack Eichel, the Buffalo Sabres former captain, because they stripped him of his captaincy, finally got out of Buffalo, and he was traded to the Vegas Golden Knights for it was Eichel and a future third for Peyton Krebs, Alex Tuck, and a first and second future pick. When you saw that, were you just immediately like so happy for the guy to finally be free of Buffalo?
Well, that trade happened in the middle of the night, so I had no idea it happened. I went up, I got my coffee, and I opened Twitter, and then it was just like, bam, chaos. So I thought he was going to Calgary, in all honesty, but Vegas is good. No idea how they're going to be able to afford that. I think they're $30 million over the cap. But I was very, very happy for Eichel, especially since he can get his neck surgery now. I think he's getting his neck surgery this Thursday, actually. So
you're right, because so this is for people who may not be aware of like the whole Eichel injury situation. He wanted to get this kind of like experimental like neck disc replacement surgery. And the team was like, whoa, that's a little too risky. How about you just get the traditional fusion? We're going to tell you what to do because we own your rights and blah, you play for us. And that rubbed him the wrong way. And they like I said, they took his captaincy C away and finally was able to force his way out. But like, that's such a curious case though, because I think on one hand, you had a lot of people hoping and praying that like he was going to be the guy to stay in one city, lead them out of this like perpetual funk they've been in. Yes. And then, you know, behind the scenes though, it sounded like it was worse than it was on the ice.
Absolutely. I feel like just the way this was handled so badly, so publicly, other players are going to think, wow, I mean, what if I get hurt? And what if I need to get something done and I'm playing for Buffalo? They're not going to let me literally get what I need to do done for my own health. I mean, that's just a really bad look. I mean, just that's part of the Sabres issue though, just their culture over the past 10 years. I mean, they haven't made the playoffs in 10 years. That's bad. But yeah, they just have a bad history of players just not wanting to stay there. And I think we can kind of see why now, just the culture.
Yeah, like I said, like everything behind the scenes, it doesn't paint a great picture, especially when you had them basically saying, well, screw you, dude. You're not going to get what you want done to your body. We're going to tell you what you're going to have done. I can see how that rubbed him the wrong way. But in terms of Buffalo, like, do you consider, is that a hockey town, do you think? I mean, it has to be just like Buffalo Bills first, and I think probably the rest of the people kind of forget there's a hockey team.
It's really too bad, though, because, I mean, I totally agree with you. I think the Bills are, like, on a tear. Josh Allen is very cool. But just the way the Sabres have been just so either perpetually mediocre or just flat out bad throughout their entire existence, it's very sad because Buffalo is a hockey city. You can see that in the early 2000s when they were like really good. They had Ryan Miller and Danny Briere, and you know they were so close to the Stanley Cup final, and they just could never put it together. And then once they let their two stars, Briere and Drury, go, it kind of all went downhill, and they haven't really recovered from it since then. So I feel like the Buffalo fans definitely deserve a lot better than what ownership and management has given them to just. Like, I wouldn't spend my money on a team that wins 20 games in a year. That's awful. I mean, come on.
Right. And, you know, I think what was kind of bringing people to the arena was to like, hey, the opportunity to see Jack Eichel. Yep. You know, he's Mr. Buffalo, first round pick. He's been there through thick and through thin. And now that he's not there anymore, it kind of seems like the youth movement. I watched their game against the Caps the other night. A lot of guys that are like 21 years old. I don't know. Do you think the future is bright, or think it's going to be a little bit longer for Sabres fans there? Well,
they're going to definitely be a lottery team this year, even with their hot start, which isn't a bad thing. It's good to collect those picks and, you know, draft high, build for the future. They have Owen Power, who's coming through their system once he's done his time at university. Dylan Cousins is an incredible young player who's only going to get better. Peyton Krebs, actually, a lot of people don't know because he's kind of been hidden away in Vegas because they have so many stars. But Peyton Krebs is a really good player. He has World Junior credentials. Like, there's a lot of really good, really, really good stuff happening in Buffalo. I think we just need to wait a bit, give it a few years.